Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Old School Gunner. How are you all getting on out there, guys? I hope you're keeping well. Let me just adjust the light up here. There we go. It's a bit better, guys. I hope you're all keeping well, guys. What a couple of days it's been for Aston Football Club, guys. I mean to say, it's been crazy in fairness. There you go. We're still in things, guys. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the matches that lie ahead, guys. Of course, our next two clashes in the Premier League. If any of you saw my episode 10 of this live stream last yesterday, guys, last night, you see I was talking about the two games. I'm just going to talk about that again. I'm also going to talk about all the transfer news that's been going on at the club. Just bear with me here now, guys. We'll get into it. All the news surrounding Arsenal Football Club. Just bringing that up there, guys. Well, what can you say, guys? It's been an incredible start to the season for Arsenal so far. Mixed bag. We've played 7. We've won 3, lost 3, drew 1. And it was 11th place in the league on 10 points. Yeah, it could be worse, to be honest. It could be better, it could be worse. But to be honest, we need to be kind of doing something more than we have been doing, to be fair. Been a little bit, it's been a tough start to the season so far. The team has really been firing on all cylinders. It's a tricky one, it's a tough one, to be honest, for us. We're still there. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm over here in Venezuela. Like I said, thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel over the last 3 years. All your likes, your comments, and your subscribes. Smash the like in this video for me. Smash the subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. And don't forget to click on the notifications. You get notified every time I upload content. Thank you very much, guys. All right, I'm just going to big up another couple of YouTubers in here. First of all, Drawn by Dre, a guy that has been on my channel numerous times, guested more than anyone. Drawn by Dre. Check out his channel. He does a possession-based podcast once a week with a couple of friends of his. I have guested on it, I think, twice. He has guested on my channel numerous times. Check out his channel, Drawn by Dre. Next guy, Arsenal Alex. Check him out on YouTube, guys, Arsenal Alex. Check him out on Instagram, Arsenal Alex1. Very good channel. Do yourselves a favor. Subscribe to the guy. Next, Warren. He has a channel, Warren's Team Talk. Check out his channel, guys. Well worth it. Do yourselves a favor. Support an up-and-coming YouTuber. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Just going to big up the 3 Pointers TV. Check out their channel, guys. It's a new up-and-coming channel. A very good channel. State-of-the-art graphics, intros, cutting-edge ideas, guys. Cutting-edge ideas. They're very good at what they do. It's 3 friends together. And they're doing a business, 3 friends, 3 Arsenal fans. They do match previews, match reviews, player ratings, watch-alongs. The watch-alongs, guys, are not to be missed. Very entertaining. Say no more about it. Let me just check something there quick, guys. But check out that channel, guys. The 3 Pointers TV. Their watch-alongs are top-notch. 3 of them together, and they're having a good old laugh. It's good fun. All right, let me just check something out there, guys, and I'll be with you. All right, let's go on. Okay. See how that's moving there. It looks to be going okay. Just checking the quality of my live stream because the Wi-Fi I have over here in Venezuela is not the best, to be honest. Yeah, it looks to be going okay. Yeah, it's good. All right, nice and easy. Just checking it there. It looks to be going okay. All right, let's get straight into it. Thank you for bearing with me there, guys. Just checking it out. It looks to be honest, the way the games are going to be going, there's going to be some very tough matches coming up, but we should be ready for it. The next 2 games, very, very tough. Just a second here, I've got to switch things over. Bear with me, guys, just a second. Whoa, Tron by Dre on again. Can't get enough of the old school gunner. Alright, let me put this comment. Hey Dre, how are you getting, man? Sorry, I'm inequality. I'm in Venezuela, and I'm quite sure was that more properly or not. Just checking the playback on my phone. It's going well, and the live stream is lagging. So, how are you, man? Hope you're keeping well. Just like talk about it. All right, I'm back again. I was just picking up your channel there, Dre. I don't know, were you listening in? I just gave up. I picked up your channel. I mentioned your channel, of course, Warren's, Arsenal Alex, and the 3 Pointers TV. I picked up all the channels. That's no worries. You're up pretty late, man. I don't know why you're tuning in. You're tuning in so late right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Dre. I'm piggybacking off the neighbour's Wi-Fi. That's why it's kind of so bad. I probably shouldn't say that too loud, but I'm actually using the neighbour's Wi-Fi. That's why it's so bad. We have Wi-Fi. I bought a new modem box, the whole lot. But the weather here is a bit dodgy at the moment, and it's after crashing, believe it or not. My wife is outside trying to do an online course. She's an interior designer. It's not the internet isn't working for her. It's like the system is after crashing. So I'm trying to piggyback off the neighbour's Wi-Fi, and that's why it's not so good. We have our own. It's new. I bought it myself like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but like I said, it's after crashing. The whole system is down. That's Venezuela at the moment, man. You know what I mean? Everything is just falling apart. But yeah, big up yourself. Really connect, my friend. Can't be here, unfortunately. I'll be back in Europe in 3 weeks. A little low, 3 weeks. So things will be going right. I'll have a few tears in a minute. No worries, man. I'll be good at your channel all the time. I need to get. Yeah. Just done working. You must be only one man. I don't work now. It's work, in fairness. I was working in London like until May. I was working until about I got home about midnight. You know what I mean? I was walking through Peckham at midnight every night. Good times. I was safe there though. No stress. All right. No worries for bigging you up, man. No worries for bigging you up anytime. Yeah, so let me get straight into it here. 2 massive games coming up ahead, guys. It's actually Monday, so 6 days from now is our clash with Crystal Palace. Of course, that's going to be a very interesting game because our ex-player, legend, Patrick Vieira, is managing Palace. Also interesting because I'm sure he wants to get one over on Mikel Arteta. You know what I mean? He's a better manager than Mikel Arteta, in my opinion. I don't know the ratings. Good already. You see him up on the screen. Can't be on me. Like I said, you see the name of his channel up on the screen, guys. Channel. He does podcasts. He hasn't been there at the moment online. He's been snowed under work, but he's back with a vengeance, and he's going to be taking it on. He's going to be picking things up. So it's as simple as that. Just getting notified there about the connection is not the best. Unfortunately, I'm aware of it, but like Dre says, it's watchable. So who's ever watching, big up yourselves. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody for watching. I appreciate it. All right, let me just do something there quick. Not possible, I know. All right, guys, I'm just going to get started quickly with the games. Have a little talk about it, see what's going on. Of course, I'm going to mention some of the Arsenal news too. Let me just do something there quick and I'll be with you guys. Bear with me there for a second. Thanks, Dre. I appreciate it. It's 8 p.m. here I am in Venezuela. I'm going at my channel and bump it. Just putting in voice, putting in work and piggybacking. I tried to come on, do a stream, try to get a little thing going. Sorry, keep speaking there, guys. My apologies. Easy. Thanks to Dre. I appreciate it. Hope we're causing too strong. Hope we're keeping positive. Alright, let me just try to take this off. You won't let me. Alright, let me just leave it up for a way. So, to be honest, alright, back again. Back with a vengeance, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to do a few things. Because the Wi-Fi is not too good at the moment. But the matches we have ahead, absolutely huge. The game on Monday, of course, you know, guys, it's been a 2-week break for international football. Luckily, our 2 first-choice centre-backs, Ben White and Gabriel, they haven't been on international duty with England and Brazil, respectively. That's a good for us, guys. But they've got the training ahead of them. They're going to be going well. But we're not playing at the weekend, guys. We're playing on the Monday. Our next two Premier League games are both at home. First we have Palace, then we have Villa. For me, massive games. I mean, with the start we had in this, I know Dre will back me up here. I know he's not a Mikel Arteta fan. We're both Mikel Arteta out. Arsenal Alex as well as Mikel Arteta out. For those of you that haven't checked out his channel, guys, check out Arsenal Alex. Check him out on Instagram. Arsenal Alex 1. Do yourselves a favour. You could do worse than checking out this Arsenal YouTuber. But guys, like I was saying, the 2 games ahead, absolutely massive. If it was me, I would stick with the exact same formation that we played against Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, they're probably not as good as Palace right now. They're definitely not as good as Villa. They were there for the taking. We did the necessary. 3 goals in the first half. Second half, unfortunately, we couldn't keep the clean sheet. Even though Aaron Ramsey was heroic in goal, the defence played heroics in there. They were fantastic. But guys, I would stick with the 4-2-3-1. The only change, of course, has been because of Granit Xhaka. He's in forced absence, guys, because of injury. He's out for 3 months after damaging his knee ligament against Tottenham Hotspur in a freak accident. He's out for 3 months. Sambi Lokonga comes in. The team, as I see it, guys, will be Ramsdale in goal. Remember, it's a 4-2-3-1. The back 4 picks itself, really. You've got Tierney, you have got Ben White, you have Gabriel, and on the other side, you have new signing Tomiyasu. The 2 in the middle are going to be Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga. The 3 are going to be, of course, Bukayo Saka, Odegaard in the middle, and Emile Smith-Rowe on the other side are number 10. And of course, up front, Pierre, Emerick, Aubameyang. There's been a lot talked about Martinelli at the moment, guys. He's very dissatisfied at the club. I think he wants to leave. He feels he's been badly treated by Mikel Arteta. When he came back from the Olympic Games, after winning the gold medal with Brazil, the Brazil national side, He honestly thought he was going to get playing time. He's only played 2 games out of 7 at the moment. And in fairness, guys, we've only scored 5 goals in 7 games. So why he hasn't been given a chance, beyond me. We could actually lose Martinelli the way things are looking, because he's become very dissatisfied and disillusioned, with things under Mikel Arteta. It's like that. Tough times ahead, guys. Martinelli, I really feel for him, but I think he's going to leave the club if things continue the way they're going. And like I said, we've only scored 5 goals so far in our first 7 Premier League games. So why Mikel Arteta isn't playing Martinelli more, I don't know. He only seems to play him in the difficult games and then says, well, I told you so. I mean, when we're up against it, Martinelli is still a young player, but put him in there. Remember last season, a goal against Chelsea? He can do something. Like I said many times, guys, don't get me wrong. He's no Nicolas Anelka. You know what I mean? He's not at that level. Maybe one day he could be. That's a very high level to achieve. Anelka was an incredible player, an incredible forward. But he deserves a chance. Martinelli deserves a chance. We scored 5 goals. You know what I mean? We've conceded 10. Goal difference of -5. We're in 10th place in the league on 10 points in the first 3 games. Now, not to play Martinelli, it's insane. You know what I mean? He's a talented player, a player I have a lot of time for, and he's always been there to be called upon by Mikel Arteta. He's always been, and he's sure, and he's done the business. So why he's not being played is beyond me. I mean, what's going through Mikel Arteta's head? God only knows. I mean, if Dre is still tuning in now, I see one person is watching there. Dre, Mikel Arteta, man. I mean, you feel the same as me and Arsenal Alex. We are 100%, guys. Mikel Arteta out. Myself, Dre, and Arsenal Alex, we're not the kind of guys that because we beat Spurs 3-1, we thought, you know what I mean, plastic fans, we're going to win the treble. Nah, man. You know what I mean? We definitely didn't think that. I was still Mikel Arteta out. Spurs were very weak in that game. Don't get me wrong, yeah. The team went out and they gave it hell in the first half. It was a good performance. They took their chance as well. But that isn't the way it's been for the season, guys. We've been struggling. And for me, the pre-season and the first 3 games, inexcusable. It doesn't matter if we were playing Manchester City, Chelsea. It was the manner of the defeats. It was the performances that were put forward. It was the performances of the team in those games. First game was against a newly promoted club. You know what I mean? And they didn't come up first or second. They came through the playoffs. And they trashed us. We got played off the field. Out-muscled, out-taught, and out-fought. We were lacking in every single department in that game. So anybody tell me that wasn't a bad result. All 3 results were bad. The performances, I mean to say, no fight, no belief, no heart. There was nothing going on out there. And what did Mikel Arteta do? He sat by the sideline and just watched things unfold. He just let it happen. You know what I mean? No one in control, no leadership on the field, and he's just there humming and hawing, looking around, scratching his head. Man. It's a pity that we couldn't get Antonio Conte in at the club. And what about our striking problems, guys? Never mind the problem we have with Arteta as manager. What about the problems? We need a DM, defensive midfielder, and we need a striker. 5 goals, like I said, this season. They're still not giving Martinelli a chance. I mean, it can't get any worse. How could it be any worse than that? It couldn't be any worse. Look at the last game against Brighton. We also need a DM. They were running riot through the midfield. Lokonga and Partey are not defensive midfielders. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day, Patrick Vieira and Emmanuel Petit, if anybody can remember them in that great Arsenal team. Of course, soon we'll be playing Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace on Monday in a Premier League game at the Emirates, guys. Should be an interesting one. But remember Patrick Pierre and Emmanuel Petit in midfield for Arsenal. One would stay and one would go. If Vieira went on a sortie forward, trying to get a goal, trying to set something up, Petit would just stay. He would just hold in the midfield to mop any loose balls up, any counter attacks. He would stay there. If Petit went forward, Vieira would stay. It was like that. Okay, they were 2 monsters. I mean, they're 2 of the greatest players ever. They won the World Cup with France. Vieira onto Petit, the ball was in 3-0. That was it. You know what I mean? They were down the Champs-Elysees having a good old time. They are different quality players. Fair enough. I'll admit that. But basically, we need a DM. If one guy goes, the other needs to stick. He needs to protect the back four. He needs to stop the runners coming through the midfield. He needs to just put the ball out. How many times did Emmanuel Petit just put the ball out of touch? You know what I mean? He just put the ball into touch, out of play, say no more about it. That's all you have to do sometimes, guys. Sambi Lakonga and Partey in the midfield, they're too similar. They want to go forward, you know what I mean? We need a defensive midfielder and we need a striker, guys. And then Martinelli can't get a game, you know what I mean? Now he's becoming disenchanted, disillusioned with Mikel Arteta, and actually what's going to happen with him at the club. He's only played 2 games out of the 7, and we're crying out for goals, guys. I mean, you couldn't put him on for 20 minutes at the end and see can he crack one in. You know what I mean? Put him on at the start and if it's not working out, take him off at half time. That's football, you know what I mean? The buck stops at Mikel Arteta. The fact that we could lose Martinelli, say no more about it, guys. All right. I'll talk a little bit about those 2 games. I already mentioned about the Crystal Palace game. The second game, of course, is the Aston Villa match. That is going to be a tougher game if it's me. I think we can win the Palace game. I think 2-1. We're at home in both games, of course, guys. Both games are at the Emirates. The home support might just bring us over the line against Palace. It's going to be a tough game, in my opinion. We're not firing on all cylinders. We're not banging in the goals. The defence has improved greatly. Ramsdale as goalkeeper. Bertolino should never play for the game. Well, he should never be number 1, at least, in my opinion. He's meant to be leaving in. That's about Crystal Palace. We can just shake that game, be 2-1. The next match against Villa, I think it's going to be for us to get all 3 points. Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins absolutely ran riot last season against us. The defence has improved and the goalkeeper is much better. But he is a player that we need to put the shackles on him, because if he gets free at all, I mean, he's unerring in front of goal. His accuracy, back to goal, turns and shoots. He's an incredible finisher. I mean, he's a real handful. We're going to have to put the shackles on him for sure. If he gets free and if he gets the space that we afforded him last season, guys, that could be that. You know what I mean? And we can't afford really to lose either game. We need to get something out of both of them. 2 home games, we need to take maximum points. Because of the start that Mikel Arteta brought us to, because of the way we just ambled along in the beginning, 3 losses in a row, absolutely pathetic. I mean, we need goals. You know what I mean? We need to get those 6 points. It's as simple as that. Nothing else will do it at this point, guys. We need to get back into Europe. It's a must for the club, but it's a massive ask. I saw Paul Merson, ex-Arsenal player Paul Merson. Respects him. He likes to tell things straight all the time. I respect that. But him thinking we can make the top 4, I have to disagree with him completely. I don't think the club can make top 4. I don't think it's possible. I think we'll scrape where Europa League players. Top 4, that's beyond us. I mean, think of the other teams that are out there, guys. I'm not going to go through the other teams, but you know yourself. There's some wonderful, wonderful teams in the league. At least 8 great teams that can arguably qualify for Europe. And we're going to get top 4. We're not going to get top 4. I mean, look where we are now. You know what I mean? 5 goals in 7 games. Say no more about it, guys. That's less than a goal a game. You know what I mean? So, do the math. It's not looking good. But that is our aim this season. We need to qualify for Europe again. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the transfer news, guys. Bear with me here. Just got the old iPhone out there, you know. That's what we roll. Just check it out there, guys. Arsenal losing transfers recap here. Thomas Partey, of course, played very well in the internationals, guys. There's a lot of talk about him. Talk about the Crystal Palace game coming up on Monday at the Emirates Stadium against Patrick Vieira's Palace, guys. It's going to be an interesting game. Mention, guys, we're 11th in the league on 10 points. Played 7, won 3, lost 3, drew. The draw was the last time on the way to Brighton. Kind of lucky draw, to be honest. They were well on top of us. Little bit about the players that have been away on European, on international duty. Yeah, Emile Smith-Rowe, Aziz. They both played for the England 21, the under 20s. They both played for them respectively. Transfer news. I want to talk about Alexander Lacazette. He's meant to be leaving in the transfer window. Another player that might be leaving in the transfer window is Bertolino. To be honest, Leno, they're saying that he's going to be to Juventus. You know what I mean? A player that might be actually leaving Juventus is a former Gooner, Ramsey. They say that Pogba might go to Juventus. If United get cash, a player that could be used in the deal would be Aaron Ramsey. I hope the guy doesn't go and play for United, because I would hate to see him play for Manchester United against us. And he'll always be an Arsenal player for me. I wouldn't like to see him play for United. But as football, it was good. To be honest, there's not open hell because we're going to go to Juventus. And Ramsey is going to head over to Man United, in my opinion. But, there you go. Let's see what's going on. Tomiyasu. Yeah, they said he played very well in the international break, so that's positive. He played in the 2-1 win for Japan over Australia. That's a real positive. It was a World Cup qualifying game. It was a big victory as well. It ended Australia's record-breaking run of 11 consecutive wins in qualifying. Australia, the Socceroos, they won 11 games in a row, but came stuck against the Japanese. Tomiyasu is a very good player, in my opinion. Yeah, interesting. Australia lost after winning 11 games in a row in qualifying. They lost to Japan. Interesting enough, Australia must have a team. The Arsenal under 23s, guys, they won a 4-3 against Newport. So there you go, guys. Incredible. Kevin Betsy is the coach of the under 23s, guys. His team showed incredible character coming back in that game to win 4-3. People saying that Odegaard's excellence. They say he's been excellent so far this season. He was not excellent against Brighton. I don't know who's writing this rubbish, but anyone that saw a Brighton match, he was far from excellent against Brighton, and that's all there is about it. He wasn't even in the game. Simple as. Omari Hutchinson signs. Yeah. He shines in the game against Newport. Arsenal fans react to England team news. Aaron Ramsey and Bukayo Saka have been benched for the World Cup qualifier with Hungary, and with the former in particular deserving of a start, according to me. Yeah, is deserving of a start. He was on the bench for England / Andorra. He's free for them. Tierney started for Scotland, of course. Taking on the Faroe Islands. Yeah, Tierney's a good player. He's a good player. Saka and Ramsey on the bench. The team that took on Hungary: Pickford, Walker, Shaw, Rice, Judas Rice, Johnson, Grealish, Foden, Kane, Sterling, Mason Mount. Arteta giving advice to Smith Rowe and Saka. Say no more about it, guys. Any advice that Mikel Arteta gives, I wouldn't pay attention to it at all. Not a hope. Let me just see there. I had a thought I was going to do something. Now let me just check something there, guys, and I'll be back with you. Okay. All right, guys. So basically that's it. I think I'm going to wrap up the stream there. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. And thank you to Drawn by Dre. I appreciate it, Dre. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that don't know, guys, he has a YouTube channel, Drawn by Dre. Like to the channel, guys. Let me just put up the name in one of the comments. So this is the name of the channel, guys, Drawn by Dre. Check it out, guys. He does a weekly podcast, possession-based podcast. Do yourselves a favor, guys. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe to his channel, Drawn by Dre, if you haven't already. And don't forget to turn on the notifications for the man, that you get notified every time he makes an upload, guys. Smash the like in this video for me, guys. Also subscribe to my channel, also, guys. Let me just check something out. I don't know, guys. Yeah, like I said, guys, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Two absolutely massive games ahead for the club, guys. I mean to say, it's going to be a real. Both games are real 6-pointers. I mean, if we can take the 6 points out of those two home games against them, we'll be doing it. I honestly don't think we'll 6. I think, like I said, we can win the game against Crystal Palace. It'll be 2-1, in my opinion. Of course, I'm going to settle for 3-1, guys, but I think it'll be 2-1 in that game. I expect it to be quite tight. It should be interesting to see the that ex-Gunner, Arsenal legend Patrick Vieira gets when he comes back to Arsenal, guys. When he's at Emerick, interesting to see how that works out. See how the fans treat him. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game either way. The Aston Villa game from is a harder game. It's going to be very, very tough. Arsenal at the moment sit in 11th on 10 points, 3 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. Villa are exactly the same, but they have a better goal difference, so they're up into 10th. They have 10 points, 3 wins, 3 losses, and a draw. They're only ahead of us goal difference, guys. Of course, our goal difference is absolutely shocking. -5, scored 5, conceded 10. Saying no more about it. Ramsey didn't come into the tune enough because he might have stopped playing those mistakes. Anyway, it's a bit harsh on Burn. Anyway, but Palace on the other hand, they have 7 points. They have 1 win from 7 games. They have 4 draws and 2 losses. And they are in 4th position on 7 points. But like I said, the Villa game for me is going to be a much harder match. I don't know what you think about it out there, guys, but for me, that is going to be a really, really tricky game. All this talk about the Arsenal transfers, Alexander Lacazette looks to be going in the January transfer window. We've been linked to so many different strikers, of course. One of the players that we're going to be playing is the Aston Villa player. England International, somebody help me out. But this player, guys, we're going to be up against him. He has been linked to the club. Calvert-Lewin at Everton has been linked to the club. He was a very good striker last season. He had 21 Premier League goals. He outdid the man I was trying to remember, and I just remember them, guys. Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins were also being linked to him as a possible replacement for Lacazette. I honestly don't think either of those players are going to come to the club. Ollie Watkins, I would take him, of course. He's a fantastic, fantastic player, and he's head and shoulders above Lacazette. Younger, fitter, and stronger, and he's a very good marksman, a very good finisher. As Arsenal found out last season, guys, he's a real handful. He's an incredible player. Calvert-Lewin, another incredible player. But I honestly don't think either of those players are going to come to the club. Alexander Lacazette, his day is a number if you ask me. But what about Aubameyang? He did absolutely nothing against Brighton. He wasn't in the game. All the bravado, this, that, and the other after the game against Spurs. People thinking we're going to go away and do the treble, win the league, is it? Any of you to watch League Gunner, check out his podcast, guys. At least Lee tells it like it is. You know what I mean? He tells it straight. People thinking we're going to do this, that, and the other. Not much of a chance of that, please, to be honest. We came back down to earth after the Spurs game anyway. The Brighton match that really brought us back down to earth. That taught a few people a thing or two. And it made people sit up and realise that maybe we have 1 or 2 problems that we didn't realise. They were tough games. Say no more about it. But the Brighton game, we were lucky to get something out of that. I mean, we got a point at the end of the day. It could have been much, much worse. It is what it is. But Lacazette, rumours are he's going to be leaving in the January transfer window. He won't be the only one, like I said, guys. Bernd Leno looks like he's going to be on the way out too. It's going to be very hard for him to get back into the pecking order, guys, with Aaron Ramsdale there, because Ramsdale is an incredible, incredible goalkeeper. I mean, every facet, every area of his game is light years ahead of Bernd Leno's. Another thing to talk about, guys, Leno has to move on. He's been linked with Juventus in the January transfer window. I know he would move sooner if he had a chance, because he's falling down the pecking order also in the German national side. That is a major concern for Leno. The international setup. Because he's not playing for Arsenal, he's going to follow in a pecking order for Germany. And Germany have never been lacking in good goalkeepers. They've had several good goalkeepers down through the years. So it is what it is, guys, you know. Tough times ahead for Bernd Leno, if you ask me. I honestly think his future lies elsewhere. It's a pity we sold Emi Martinez, I remember last season, to Villa. I think we sold him for 20 million. It's a pity we sold Emi Martinez. Do you imagine him and Ramsdale? You know what I mean? As the 1 and 2, whichever you want to switch it. Imagine a cover we would have then if we had Ramsdale and Emi Martinez. Why we sold him to Villa in the first place, I don't know. His performances for Villa have been incredible. And in the Copa America for Argentina, he was absolutely unplayable. And he freaked out Bernardo Silva and Cristiano Ronaldo at Old Trafford in the game. He freaked the two of them out of their minds. I mean, he's brilliant at mind games. Imagine if we had Ramsey and Emmy Martinez as our two goalkeepers at the club. I honestly don't see Leno having a role to play at the club. And if he wants to get back into the German setup and wants to be playing international football for Germany, he's going to have to move away from Arsenal, because Ramsdale has made the number one position his own, without a doubt. He is going to be tested a lot more, I think, in the next two home games, especially against Villa. We're going to really see what he's made of. The back four is going to be tested by Ollie Watkins completely. Watkins is a real handful, incredible player. Danny Ings in the midfield, he's like dynamite. It's going to be a very tough game. The team are going to be tested without a doubt. I see there's a couple of people watching now. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you tuning in very much. Greetings from Venezuela, guys. Smash the like in this video for me. Smash the subscribe to my channel also if you haven't already. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Arsenal season so far. 7 played, guys. 3 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. We were riding on the crest of a wave, guys, after the Spurs game. That 3-1 victory in the North London derby at the Emirates. And came crashing back down to earth with that draw away to Brighton. They were all over us in the game. We were very lucky to get a point out of that game. Somehow we managed it. Somehow we got through. If we had the defence of last season, we would have got nothing out of the game. But the defence, they held off, they held it together, and they got us through it. It's as simple as that. Without that defence, guys, we would have been lost. Without Aaron Ramsdale, we would have been lost. It's as simple as that. Say more about it. But look, it is what it is. But those 2 games coming up, because of the spark we have in the league, because of Mikel Arteta's ineptitude, we need to win. We need to win those games. It's as simple as that. Anything other than 2 wins, guys, it's not going to be looking good for us. I'm just going to take a little drink of water there now, guys. Just bear with me. Let me know what you think, guys. I see there's a couple of people watching now. Welcome along to my Arsenal channel, Old School Gunner. If you haven't, guys, smash the like in this video and subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner, and make sure you click on the notifications. Then you will be notified every time I upload. I've got a couple of live streams planned, guys. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing a Premier League. Of course, the Old School Gunner edition, guys. I'm going to be doing the very first. A friend of mine actually had a good idea, a very good idea. Another YouTuber out there, a man by the name of Warren. Check out his channel, guys, his YouTube channel, Warren's Team Talk. Smash the like to that for the man, guys, and smash the subscribe to the man, to his channel. But he had a very good idea, guys, about a score center, and that's what I'm going to be doing on Saturday. 10 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be doing a live stream. I'm going to be doing the Premier League Old School Gunner Score Center, keeping you up to date of all the Premier League games that are kicking off at 3 p.m. guys. Letting you know about the game that happened before that, the result, and also maybe I'll do a quick look ahead to the Arsenal game on Monday, and the games on the Sunday, guys. So be sure to check that out. The Old School Gunner Premier League Score Center. I'm going to be live streaming, guys. I'm going to be keeping you up to date on the games live as they unfold, goal by goal, minute by minute, incident by incident. So be sure to check that out, guys. Not to be missed. It's going to be a very good live stream. I'm very excited about it. I hope that Warren himself will be on guesting with me. Next week then we'll do it again, but I'll go on his channel. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a positive thing. Not to be missed, guys. Trust me. Old School Gunner Premier League Score Center on Saturday. Keeping you up to date on all the Premier League games as they unfold. Minute by minute, moment by moment, goal by goal. Not to be missed, guys. Check it out. Thank you to everybody, guys, that has supported me since I started my channel 3 years ago. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, guys. Let's look ahead to those 2 games. 2 massive games coming up, guys. The game on Monday, Arsenal against Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium. Patrick Vieira is coaching Crystal Palace now. He's back at the helm, guys. He's back in England. He's back in London. And he's looking to win himself a London derby. What has Mikel Arteta got up? To be honest, I think a lot of people don't realise how good a team Crystal Palace are. They have a very good team, guys. They are a very strong side. They had Brighton on the verge of beating them. Just before Brighton played Arsenal, Brighton played Palace. and Brighton had to get an equaliser in the very last minute to save themselves from defeat. Crystal Palace are quite a good team because when Brighton played us, they stuffed us. We were very lucky to get away with a draw in that game, guys. So it's going to be a very hard game against Palace. The harder game for me is going to be the match against Aston Villa. That is going to be a very hard game. Let me just check it out there, guys. But like I said, Arsenal, we find ourselves in 11th position on 10 points. Had exactly the same results as us, but they've scored more goals. They're in 10th position, Arsenal 11th, Villa ahead on goal difference. Crystal Palace, our first opponents, before the game, they have 7 points and they're in 14th place. They have 1 win, 4 draws, 2 defeats. Both Arsenal, like I said, have exactly the same results. 3 losses, 1 draw. Only difference being that Villa have a better goal difference. Arsenal have goals in games. So we have a goal difference of 5. Villa have a better goal difference. If we can beat Villa, if we can beat Palace, 6 points badly needed. We have the bad performances. Some of the worst performances I've ever seen. The worst performance I saw by Arsenal recently, of course, was last season in the Europa League semi-final against Villarreal. That to me was the worst performance I've seen from Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. Worst I've ever seen, guys. Alright, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Let me just check something here. That's okay. Just checking out, guys. I felt something on my leg. And it's scorpion season here now in Venezuela. And there was a scorpion in the bathroom last night. I'm not joking. So can't take any chances, you know what I mean? I'm wearing sandals and shorts, guys. So say no more about it. It is what it is. Alright, let me check it out there and see what's going on with the look at that game, guys. Let's have a look at some of the Crystal Palace. What's going on with that? I mean, they haven't been underestimating them. Do so much apparel. Let me check. Right, guys. Here we go. Palace's results so far this season. Was that their only win? All right, let's see. They started off 0 against Chelsea, 2-1. They drew 0 with Brentford, the team that beat Arsenal 2-0 in the opening day of the season, guys. Then they lost 1-0 to Watford. They drew 2-2 with West Ham. They beat Spurs 3-0. Yeah, 3-0, guys. They lost 3-0 to Liverpool, who won. They drew 1-1 with Brighton, and then they got a 2-2 draw against Leicester City. So they're not going bad, guys. They're not going bad at all. Patrick Vieira has been doing very well with them. Heavy defeats to Chelsea and Liverpool, 3-0. They beat Spurs 3-0. Last 2 games, they were very unlucky in the Palace game, in the Brighton game, not to win that one. They had Brighton equalised in the dying moments, guys. Leicester as well, they gave Leicester a game. So on Monday, October the 18th, it's Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Yeah. To be honest, the team that they have, Palace, it's impressive. I mean, it's a serious team. And Zaha, he loves playing against Arsenal. He's got pace to burn. He's as strong as an ox. Let me just put that comment up there. The Leonard Sinclair experience. Sorry about that, Leonard. I meant to put it up earlier, man. I just saw the comment. I was just going through the Crystal Palace team, talking about Zaha, the danger he poses against Arsenal. He scored against Brighton, guys. A very good goal. They were looking good in that game until Moppa equalised at the end. How you get on Leonard Sinclair? What do you think about what I'm talking about? What do you think of our chances in the next 2 Premier League games? Of course, we're home in both those matches. We have Crystal Palace. We are playing them on Monday, the 18th, at the Emirates Stadium. They have been going very well recently. They drew the last 2 games. Last time up 2-2 with Leicester City. Before that, they almost beat Brighton. They had them on the right, scored in the Palace have been very well. Zaha's on fire. He scored against Brighton in that game. Be careful in the Brighton match. There's no that. But let me know what you think about that Leonard Sinclair, how you think those games are going to go. And thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate it. Smash the like in this video if you haven't already. But guys, how do you think the game is going to go out there, guys? What do you think the result is going to be in this game? And what do you think the result is going to be in the Villa game? We're in 11th place, 10 points. We need to get a win. We need to win the game. It's going to be difficult for us. It's going to be a real challenge. The game is the harder one, in my opinion. But Palace, they're going well, guys. They're not going bad at all. They had a very unlucky there. Couple of the draws that they got. They smashed Spurs 3-0, even more than Arsenal did. They lost to Chelsea and Liverpool 3-0, of course, both games. But to be fair, those teams are incredible. You know what I mean? You can't really kind of say much about it. Let me just talk a little bit about the prediction, like I said. Different fans are texting me, guys. I have a WhatsApp group that are texting me there on their predictions. Let you know about it. Arsenal are predicted to win the upcoming clash against Crystal Palace. Yeah, predictions, the odds, to be honest. Football is played on grass, not on paper, guys. Not on a betting slip. After the gap of the week, guys, the English Premier League is back with match day 8. On Monday, Arsenal are set to host Crystal Palace. The hosts are currently unbeaten in the last 4 games in the league, guys. Arsenal are unbeaten in the last 4. We'll try to bring the momentum into the next game. We played a goalless draw with Brighton, of course, while the Eagles, they drew 2-2 with Leicester. Palace have just 1 win this season. They have lost 4. They have lost 4 games. They have drawn 2 games. And they have played a draw in their last game against Leicester City. They are currently sitting in 14th position, Arsenal in 11th. The team we're playing after them, of course, Villa, they're ahead of us on goal difference in the league, guys. They're in 10th position. Same points, exact same games won, drawn and lost. They have played 7, won 3, lost 3, drew 1. That's Aston Villa, guys. Exact same as Arsenal, except they have a better goal difference than us. We've only scored 5 goals in 7 games this season, guys. We've conceded 10. It's -5 goal difference. Of course, they're going to be above us. The match odds, Arsenal v Crystal Palace. Arsenal are 1.53 on. Draw is 3.8. And Palace are 6 on to win, 6-0-0. Arsenal have managed to turn the tide on their faith under Mikel Arteta. Last year against Brighton, we were very, very lucky. But he does seem to have found his best starting 11, and he does seem to have found the best formation. It's a 3-2-4-1, guys, all the way. That's how it should go. It's only a 4-2-3-1. It's a 4-2-3-1 all the way, guys. The team, Ramsey in goal. The back 4 picks itself. Tierney left back. The 2 centre backs, Ben White and Gabriel, the right back. New signing Tomiyasu. The 2 in the middle, of course, because of the injury to Granit Xhaka, it's going to be Sambi Lokonga in replace of him, and Thomas Partey on the other side, the left side and the right side. That's a cause of concern for me because none of the DMs, defensive midfielders, and against Brighton, we were exposed time and again through that midfield area. We'll have to see how it works out. The 3 for me are, of course, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Emile Smith-Rowe. And the lone striker, I would play Martinelli against Crystal Palace. He's begging for a chance. He's crying out for a chance. I would play Martinelli. Thank you to the Leonard Sinclair Experience for the comment. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the live stream so far. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in. I've got a couple of people watching now. Let me know what you think about those 2 games coming up, guys. And which game do you think Martinelli should play? Or do you think he should play both of them? He's been completely underused and he's underrated at Arsenal. Why Mikel Arteta is doing that, guys, is absolutely beyond me. I don't know why he persists with that. Why he is leaving poor Martinelli just on the bench. You know what I mean? Just give me a second here, guys. I'll be back in a second, okay? sorry about that, guys. I was just running out of battery. I had to get the charger off the wife to charge up my laptop, guys. Sorry about that. I apologize. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I've got a couple of people watching now. Great to have you along. I hope you enjoy it. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of those 2 games coming up for Arsenal, guys. Definitely going to be 2 tough games to the club. There's no doubt about that. But the way things are going, do I think we can do the business? I think we can win both games. The Villa game for me is going to be a cause for concern. Danny Ings, and of course that man, guys, we've been linked to him as a replacement for Alexander Lacazette. We have been linked to, of course, the main man at Villa, Ollie Watkins. Last season, he absolutely destroyed us single-handedly. He's an incredible finisher. Back to goal, he can turn and shoot with the best of them. With his back to goal, he's the best striker I've seen in the Premier League for a long time. Gets it with his back to goal, guys. You think there's nothing on. He turns and he puts it in the corner. I mean, he's very, very good. Ramsey has been an inspired form for Arsenal so far. But this is going to be a very tough game, guys. Just bear with me. I'm just going to drink some water. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm over here in Venezuela, guys. It's warm for an Irishman. But look, the way things are looking, guys. 2 very, very, very important games coming up. We've had that international break. Like I said, our centre-back pairing of Ben White and Gabriel, that is a plus for the club. They have not been on international duty. All the other players have come back from international duty injury-free. They've been building up a lot of confidence, but our 2 centre-backs, they've been at the club, at London Colney, putting in time on the training ground, getting more comfortable with each other's games. We have a good defence, guys. We have a very good goalkeeper. We should go all out for those 6 points against Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. We should win both those games and claim the 6 points. Because of the start we got in the league, we haven't been really doing it. The first 3 games we lost. You can say what you like that we were playing Chelsea and Man City, but it was the performances. I always go back to that. It was the performances. They were very bad. I mean, the performance was not very good. When you consider the amount of money that we paid in the transfer window, 150 million. No club in all of the top 5 leagues in Europe, top 5 football leagues in Europe, money than Arsenal spent 150 million more than any club in any of the top 5 leagues in Europe. Aaron Ramsdale, Takehiro Tomiyasu have been an inspired form for Arsenal, but no one can touch Ramsdale for me. He has been a standout player for Arsenal so far this season by a mile. Bernardo getting his place back. He's going to be going to Juventus, it looks like, a January transfer window. He's linked with a move away for Arsenal, as is Alexander Lacazette, like I said. He's moved on to pecking order. But we need to buy a striker first before we can let a striker go, because we have serious problems in the goal scoring department. 5 goals in 7 games. We conceded 10. Say no more about it. Hello to everybody tuning in, everybody watching my stream now. I see you've got a good couple of people tuning in there. Nice to see you along, guys. I hope you're enjoying the stream. It's great to have you along. I hope you're enjoying it. Ramsdale, of course, like I said, has been the standout player for me for Arsenal this season. Fantastic, fantastic goalkeeper. Bernardo is history, if you ask me. Ramsdale has made number 1 for Arsenal his own. Simple as that. Tomiyasu has also found his place in the Gunners' defensive lineup. Ramsdale, incredible. The opening day loss that we had against Brentford, guys, the team was in shambles, and we lost to Chelsea and Manchester City. We were right at the bottom, guys. We were in 20th position, but they showed flashes of brilliance against Norwich and Burnley, and then complete errors in the 3-1 victory at the Emirates. On the other side, Palace managed to grind out only a single win, 4 draws, which leaves them left reeling in 14th place on 7 points. Patrick Vieira is at the helm there, guys. He's played a possession-based attacking football, which is yet to yield results. But we're very unlucky against Palace against Brighton that they didn't take all 3 points. They had him on the rack. They had him on the back foot. They were very, very unlucky. Anderson, Gallagher, and Edward have embraced the new style for Palace. They have been very influential in the setup there under Patrick Vieira. They're a different proposition now. We should be cautious, but we have to throw caution to the wind at some point. We need to score goals and we need to take the 3 points. It's as simple as that. Edouard signed for the Eagles for Palace on deadline day, and Vieira has integrated him well into the whole setup he has gone on there. He's already scored twice for them this season, guys. He's banging in the goals. He'll be up against Kieran Tierney, former teammate. There's going to be a real fight between the two of them, guys. He's a fantastic player. For 90 minutes, guys, Edouard is well up for it. He's very competitive over 90 minutes. It's going to be a serious battle. Yeah, Vieira, they're saying in training he's still got the touches, guys. He's got the old 1-2s going on. He's still got it. Predictions lies and predicted lineup. For Arsenal, it looks like Ramsey will be in goal. Gabriel and Ben White will come on the back line. Like I said, Kieran Tierney and Takahiro Tomiyasu were the left backs and right backs, respectively. The Conga and Partey in the middle. Of course, Xhaka is injured, guys. He injured his knee ligaments against Tottenham Hotspur, like you all probably know. He's going to be out for 3 months, yeah. He's in rehabilitation. So it's going to be Sambi Lokonga in there instead of him. Smith Rowe, Saka, and Odegaard, guys, going to be up front. Odegaard will be playing in the number 10, it's predicted, and Aubameyang will be the sole striker. I honestly would start with Martinelli, and I'm not being crazy. Aubameyang, he had an absolute nightmare against Brighton, an absolute disaster. We'll have to see how it goes. Palace, predicted lineup, Vicente Guaita is the preferred choice for the Eagles in goal. They have Guehi and Anderson will be deep in defence, with Mitchell on the left and Ward on the right, completing the back four for them. The base of the midfield will be Luka Milivojevic. Then you have Conor Gallagher and James McArthur will be in a more advanced role. Then you have Zaha, Ayew, and Edouard will be the front three. That was the problem for Arsenal last season too. They played 3 up front, and it's very difficult to keep them at bay. Ayew is a real handful. It's not just about Zaha. Edouard has scored twice this season already in 7 games. If you look on paper, guys, Arsenal seem to have a very strong squad, but football's not played on paper. You know what I mean? Vieira has just arrived at Selhurst Park in Crystal Palace. He's going to need a little bit of time to get things together at the club. Arsenal haven't lost in the Premier League in the last 4 games. We should have lost last time out against Brighton. Our last performance was pathetic, so we need to be careful against that. Arsenal and Palace have played each other 49 times. Arsenal have won 29 of those games. Palace have only won 5, and there have been 15 draws, believe it or not. Jeez, I thought Palace had at least won 20. No. Arsenal have won 29, Palace have won 5, and there's been 15 draws in 49 games. In the last 5 matches between the two teams, 3 of the games ended in a draw, while Arsenal have been able to win 2 of them. So in 5 games, the last 5 between the clubs, Arsenal won 2, and the other 3 were in draws. The last time the two teams met were in May 2021. Arsenal won the game 3-1. We'll have to see the way it works out now, guys, but it's definitely not going to be that easy. Arsenal are very, very lucky to get a point against Brighton last time out. No doubt about it. This season's campaign seems to be in a shambles as they lost the first 3 games, but they bounced back and they registered 3 back-to-back wins before settling for a draw in the last match against Brighton. Yeah, we were lucky to settle for a draw against them. Palace, on the other side, on the other hand, have been struggling to keep itself alive in the season. They have just 1 win from 7. They're on 7 points, drawn 4, lost 2. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough game, a very hard game. Kicking off, like I said, on Monday, October the 18th at the Emirates Stadium. It's going to be a massive, massive game, guys. The Aston Villa game is even going to be a hard one, if you ask me. Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings are really looking forward to it, I'm sure. And they're going to be causing all kinds of mayhem. Just a quick reminder for everybody that's watching. I see there's a lot of people watching there, tuning in. Welcome all along to the Old School Gunner. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my Arsenal season 2022. It's edition 11, episode 11, guys, of the season so far. Talking about what's going on. it is what it is at the moment, guys. I mean, there's so many Arsenal fans out there split about Mikel Arteta. I myself am 100% Mikel Arteta out. It's a pity that we couldn't get Antonio Conte. I really think it's unfair on the players, the young players in the team, especially the homegrown players. I always think of Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka to give their all for the club. A better manager like Conte, well, anyone can be better than Arteta, to be honest. Patrick Vieira is a better manager than Arteta. Hopefully he doesn't show him up on Monday because, yeah, I really wanted Patrick Vieira to take over as coach at Arsenal, to be honest, and I'm not going to lie about that. I was hoping and praying that Vieira would come to Arsenal, but it just wasn't meant to be. He was looking for a job in London. He was looking for a managerial position, and it just didn't work out, guys. Just a quick bang on there about my channel, guys. Smash the like in this video for me. Smash the subscribe to my channel as Skool. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so you get notified every time I upload content, guys. That is another important thing. The games coming up, guys. Massive, massive games. I mean, I wish we were playing at the weekend, to be honest. On a Saturday, it'll be a little bit closer. It's going to be an incredible, incredible game. Incredible, incredible game on Monday against Crystal Palace. It's going to be a real 6-pointer. And the one after it, in fairness, is an even harder match against Villa. Two very tough games coming up. When you consider how we played in the first 3 games this season, the last game against Brighton, the way Crystal Palace are lining up, the clash at the Emirates on Monday, guys. It's Monday, October the 18th. The way that Palace are lining up, it's going to be a very, very tough game. I mean, the way they're playing those 3 up front, they have Zaha, Ayew, and Edouard, the new player. He's already scored twice. 3 up front. I mean, they're really going to put the pressure on the Arsenal backline like they always do. Arsenal's backline needs to be top of their game. But when they're pushing 3 up top, guys, we can definitely hit them quick on the counter. We have the players to cause the problems. I mean, Saka, Odegaard, and Smith-Rowe, whoever we have up would supply in a good service. I myself would start with Martinelli to show a bit of faith in him. I need to show that he actually is going to play in and that he has a future at the club. Because the last thing we want to do is lose Gabriel Martinelli because of some stupid Arteta tactics and this, that, and the other. He only played 2 games out of 7 so far this season, and we're struggling for goals. We scored 5 and 7, conceded 10. You know what I mean? Why he's not playing him is absolutely beyond me. It just doesn't make sense to me at all why he's not playing the player. I would have him in there in a flash. He'd be on the field doing the business. So why he's not actually playing him, I just can't make any sense of it. He's worth the starting place. It's as simple as that. That's how I see things. It is what it is, guys. 2 massive, massive games coming up soon, guys. It's going to be incredible. We'll have to see how that works out. Hopefully, we can take the 6 points and move up the league table. At the moment, we're in 11th. 7 games played, 3 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. It's not looking too good for us, guys. We need to get a run on. Okay, we got 3 wins in a row. We had that great win over Spurs. People were getting carried away. They thought we were going to be winning trebles and this, that, and the other in complete dreamland. The game against Brighton brought us back down to earth. Let us know our real level and where we are. But they're a tough team, Brighton, in fairness. They could easily stay top 5 this season if they just capitalised on their chances. They've had so many chances. I mean, if they capitalised on a few of them, they could really go far. But they don't seem to be honest, it doesn't seem to work like that for them. They don't capitalise on the chances. They had 22 chances against Arsenal. 22 chances. That has to be some kind of record. And they couldn't capitalise. You know what I mean? It ends up in a 0-0. You can see straight away what their problem is in the forwards. And in fairness, in Graham Potter, they have a fantastic manager. He's light years ahead of Mikel Arteta. Head and shoulders above him in the managerial stakes. If he had Arsenal's team, they'd be winning the league. Arteta just isn't able to get the best out of the team, guys. It's as simple as that. How many of you out there, I see I have a couple of people watching now, how many of you are Arteta in and Arteta out? And how far do you think he can take this club? Do you honestly think Mikel Arteta can make us win the Premier League? That we can get a Premier League win with him? I doubt it very much, guys. I doubt it very much. I'm just going to plug the live stream that I'm doing on Saturday. I'm going to be starting at just before 10 a.m. my time, like 3 p.m. UK time, and I'm going to be doing the Old School Gunner Score Center, keeping you up to date on all the live scores in the games happening in the Premier League as it happens. So don't miss out, guys. It's going to be a good one. Make sure that you check that out, guys. Smash the like in this video for me. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, to my Old School Gunner channel, guys, and make sure that you click on the notifications, that you get notified every time I upload. That's very important, guys. Thank you very much. Just going to continue talking on a little bit. All the people watching, let me know what you think of the two games coming up. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it, guys. Massive, massive two Premier League games coming up from Arsenal. We've had the international break. We've had 2 weeks off. The defence has been more or less rested. Tierney has played for Scotland, and Tomiyasu has played for Japan, of course. But the two centre-backs, they have stayed at London Colony training, getting used to things, and keeping fit, and keeping strong, and getting used to each other's games. Gabriel and Ben White have not been picked to play for their international sides, respectively, guys. So that is a plus for us. We also don't have European football this season, unfortunately. So there can be no thing from Arteta about fatigue, this, that, and the other. The players are rested, and the players are fit, and they're ready to go. They're young guys, you know what I mean? They should be well up for this game on Monday. They have that extra period after international to rest. The game is not at the weekend. The game is not on a Saturday or Sunday. It's on a Monday. So things should be going well for us there, guys. We have to get to 6 points in those two games. That's all I say about it. Just going to plug that again, guys. This Saturday, just before 10 a.m. in Venezuelan time, like 3 p.m. in the UK, I'm going to get going on, and I'm going to my Old School Gunner Score Center of the Premier League games as they happen, as they unfold, all the incidents, all the action, all the goals. I'm going to be keeping you up to date on it. So tune onto my channel for that live stream. Come along and support the Old School Gunner. I'll keep you all up to date on what's going on in the games, guys. I'm going to be streaming like that early until late. So come and check it out. Do yourselves a favor. Simple as that. It's going to be a really, really interesting weekend in football. There's a couple of very big clashes there. United are playing Leicester. Just go through it there, the games that are actually coming up on the Saturday. There's a couple of early games, like an early kickoff also. Let me just check that out there, guys, and let you know about it. Okay. There we go. Let's check it out. Okay, Saturday, October 16th. The early start is Watford against Liverpool. Watford at home in that one. Then at 3 p.m. you have just bear with me there for a second, guys. I've got it under control. I got it on, don't worry. Also, Gunner has got it all locked down, guys. You know what I mean? Alright. First game is Watford Liverpool, the early morning kickoff on the Saturday, guys, October 16th. And you've got Southampton are hosting Leeds United. Norwich City are hosting Brighton. Aston Villa are hosting Wolves. The big one, guys, Leicester City are hosting Manchester United. And Manchester City are playing Burnley. A little bit later on, it's Brentford against Chelsea. On Sunday, you have Everton West Ham, Newcastle Tottenham. Newcastle now the richest club in world football, guys. After they were bought by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, a consortium led by him. Monday then is the Arsenal Crystal Palace game, guys. That is on the Monday. On the Friday, we are playing Villa. So, two very interesting games coming up there in quick succession, guys. Monday, Palace at home. Friday, Villa at home. We need to do the business in those games. There can be no excuses. It's as simple as that. We need to win. There's no other way to say it, guys. Two very tough games coming up, I admit, but we need to take the 6 points out of those two games. There can't be no way to say it. Premier League news. Newcastle United are being linked with a new manager, of course. They've been bought by a consortium led by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. So they're being linked with that. We'll have to see what happens there. Hello to everybody that is watching me on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's talk a little bit about the injury news ahead of the Premier League game. after all, international football, of course, who came through and who has been picking up knocks. Let's just wait for a second there, guys. That's going to load. But yeah, very interesting couple of days ahead for Arsenal fans, guys. Monday is the Palace, Friday is the Villa game. Two very, very interesting games. We need to win those. We need to take the 6 points. It's as simple as that. Must win. There's no other way about it. I hope to God we get the 6 points because we badly need it. We're still now in 11th, guys, on 10 points. Wins from 7 games, 3 losses, 1 draw. We need to win a couple of games. We need to go on a bit of a run to put ourselves back up into contention for a European place. It's as simple as that. Say no more about it. It has to be like this. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to my live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you to Drawn by Dre. Thank you to the Leonard Sinclair experience. Thank you to everybody for tuning into my live stream. I really, really appreciate it. Smash that like in this video for me. Smash the subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner. Don't forget to click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I do an upload. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. And take it easy. All the best. Come on, you Gunners. Peace.